When one is allocated land, tribal land in the village for building the home or the homestead, one is also allocated plowing land, which is almost sometimes an acre, could be less, depending on the space that is available in that particular village, the rules of the village, the chief of the village, and also how many people need plowing land around in that village. Also, the laws differ from different villages, or the rules differ, but the law, which is tribal law, is the same all over in South Africa, especially rural South Africa. Today we are going to be talking about leasing of the plowing land to people for rental. Is it happening in the rural areas? How is it happening? Is it a very lucrative business? How are people doing that? And is it possible that one can really make money through renting out plowing land in the rural areas, especially in our villages in rural South Africa? So please stay tuned. Make sure you do like this video and make sure that you do share and also subscribe. In our villages in rural South Africa, space for plowing or land for plowing is usually allocated according to the space that is available in that particular village, because the land is also divided for housing, homesteading, and also for plowing, as well as for the livestock to graze easily and without any problems. All of these things are valued equally. So we are going to be talking about the plowing fields, like these ones that you see around over here. They are allocated as per the household, not as per the individual. Allocation is simple. People do not pay for the land. It is really given to them almost for free, unlike in the cities. So that land belongs to that household whenever and whenever they want to use it, as long as they are still living in that village. When I say land is almost for free, it's because people pay legal to occupy and own that land at that particular time. Yes, they can sell it to another person who is also a villager. Let's get that right, because it cannot be sold to anybody else except people who are accepted in the village, have a homestead in the village, and they have ancestral lineage into that village. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. My name is Velile. I am a lifestyle broker from South Africa. If you're new on this channel, you are very much welcome, and please do not forget to subscribe, like, share and comment on this video. Guys, comment on the video and also give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that, because it encourages YouTube to recommend my videos to so many other people. So the more you guys put a thumbs up on it, the more numbers on the thumbs up, the more YouTube recommends my videos to other people. It's just as simple as that. Also, if you love my videos and you think you want to contribute into my channel in any other way, or say thank you to me, there is a thank you button that is just underneath the video. You can just press that, pick up any amount that you want to contribute towards my channel, and I will really appreciate that. Guys, today, wow, we are going to talk about leasing of our plowing fields in the rural areas. You guys all know that we occupy land that is so massive, that can produce a lot, and we can gain a lot of profit through all of those plowing fields that we have. When we acquired our land in our village, that was early 2000, we were also allocated plowing fields for us to plow as we please for subsistent living, or even if we want to make profit. Guys, I'm going to show you how much land I'm talking about. For example, my land is just right there at the back. My plowing land or plowing field is just right there at the back. I'm zooming out because I'm in my house and I'm trying to show you guys. As you can see, a lot of us have been allocated. There are lines and lines. Other people are occupying bigger and larger ones, and others are occupying smaller ones, depending on what you paid to be able to acquire that land. It's not a lot, as I have explained to you. It's almost close to nothing. But most people plow. Sometimes they do not plow. You know, it depending on people. If they are feeling like they want to plow on this season, then they plow. If they don't want to plow, they don't plow. I don't understand the gap between plowing and not plowing, because our soil is so fertile, it produces quite a lot. When we come together and we plow together, we come out with a lot of crops, as you can see, and they usually really feed a lot of families and also go into the market. I have tried and tested mine, and a lot of crops come out of that field. I'm telling you guys, I've tried everything. I have tried your cucumbers, I have tried your beetroots, I have tried your sweet potatoes, I've tried a lot of things, and so many things come out of the field. Just look at this alone. I'm telling you, if I had to farm consistently and make sure that I produce all of this, I'll be supplying stores. That's what I wanted to do this year. I've been doing this out of curiosity because I wanted to see what my land is capable of doing. Our plowing fields are so big and so huge, but they are less utilized. So many people do not plow for seasons and seasons, for years and years. Why not rent that out to a skilled farmer who's going to produce something, make money out of it, and pay you for renting your own field? People have not tapped into this, but there are some people who are doing it in other villages, and there are people who have raised that concern of land that is just not used, but it is occupied by so many people in a land where there is so much poverty and so much unemployment. We are going to be talking about how do you lease your plowing fields to a skilled farmer who's going to be paying you on a monthly basis rent for using your plowing field. I'm talking about something that is so huge. Combined together, it can make acres and acres and acres of land. But sometimes you find out that people in the villages are so lazy to plow on that season, or they just cannot afford to plow. So what I did this past December, I decided to go to my neighbors who were just not plowing. They haven't plowed for a long time. I asked them if I can rent their plowing fields because they are just next to mine. And I was just met with a surprise of like a very negative approach to this whole thing, because people just didn't understand. You know, remember in the villages, we are always thinking witchcraft, we are always thinking so many other things that unnecessarily we are not supposed to be thinking about. Instead of thinking about business, we are thinking about all of those things. So when we approached them, my husband and I, and asked if we can utilize their plowing fields, all of them, they said no, we cannot. We wanted to use the plowing fields for profit purposes. Hey guys, we were going to use the plowing fields for profit gain. Obviously, we were going to plow something that we were intending to sell in our markets around, and also try and distribute to the shops. We are having a lot of malls in our villages right now. In my village alone, they have a big ShopRite Checkers. I thought, you know, it's so annoying. Every time I go to a supermarket in the village, I cannot find some other things that I can find in the city. For example, it's very difficult to find ginger. It's very difficult to find fresh ginger or fresh garlic, anything like that. And I know those things can grow very well in our villages. Guys, you do not understand how annoying it is when I have to navigate the vegetable stores looking for things that I can take to the village because I cannot find in the village. Really, it is difficult to find ginger or garlic in any village. I do not see the people who are selling out in the streets, in the markets, selling ginger or garlic. You do not find that. And this is very crucial for everybody. I mean, like, seriously, how can you cook a meal without ginger or garlic? I'm so used to cooking with ginger or garlic. I want to grow it and I want to sell it on my own. Just look at that little small pack and how much it is, guys. For this much, and if I can grow in acres and acres of land, I can be able to make a lot of money. What I do not understand is the logic from a person who do not see the importance of trading. This is business. When you lease your plowing fields, when you are not using them, you are going to gain because you are going to charge for renting out that property. It is your property, you are leasing to another person. Let's get into it, guys. Let's just get into the business and making sure that we create businesses, trade amongst each other, empower each other, build our economy in the rural areas without having to think of which crowd and looking at somebody else in a way that you just saying, oh well, this person thinks they are better than myself just because I'm not plowing. They have money at this point in time, so they are going to use my land. I'm not going to let them. That mentality needs to stop, because we are trying to grow and develop our rural areas, create our economy. We need to use all of that. Our government, when we got independent, introduced co-ops and asked people to come jointly and produce crops and sell in the markets as a joint venture, but people refuse to do that. Our fields are just lying there empty, not being used, not being utilized. We are just a laughing stock. We need to get into the business of agriculture. We need to get into the business of farming. That is our life and saver in South Africa. It saved us during 2020 lockdown, and it is going to save us now. One writer who did a study on land rental markets and institutions in the communal areas of rural KwaZulu-Natal, Dr. Neville Thompson, pointed out that most rural households in KwaZulu-Natal engage in wage employment and have legal incentives to make good use of their arable land for crop production. Crop income are low relative to off-farm incomes, and many households find it cheaper to buy food than to grow it in their own fields themselves. However, this does not explain why, despite intense population pressure and acute poverty, arable land is left idle in KwaZulu-Natal. He continues to say the anomaly arises because there is no rental market to transfer unused arable land to people who can and would farm it. A rental market offers farmers an opportunity to expand their operations for either subsistence or commercial production, while other households unwilling or unable to farm and rental income from land they previously left idle. In his study, he concluded that it seemed that potential lessors were reluctant to lease land out of fear to risk losing their land permanently. So guys, it seems like fear is going to leave us in the villages poor and useless if we don't change our attitudes. It was very disappointing for me to hear that people are just really not understanding the business of trade, meaning that they are going to rent out and I'm going to pay on a monthly basis. They are going to earn profit sitting at home, not doing anything, and they will be having money while they are sitting at home. I'll also make money when I harvest and I go out and sell. And also things like this, they benefit a lot of people in my village. Guys, if there is anything that we are going to change, especially us who are living in the rural areas, we need to be able to tap into the business of farming. We need to tap into all of those things. With the little small plowing fields that we have in our rural areas, we can do a lot. I'm just pleading to everybody else who has land and they are not using it. Let's just not have land just sitting and not being used, because people are laughing at us. We are very good farmers, guys. We go and work for big farms and we make magic out of other people's farms. We never do anything that is magical on our own thing. We need to get into the business of utilizing our land. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this was educational and motivating to anybody else who's watching it. I hope it was so inspirational to anyone who's watching it, because the purpose of what I am doing right now is to motivate anyone who's watching my channel. It is the beginning of the year. Let us start the year with the spirit of making money, of getting into business, of utilizing what we have
for profit making or for any other ways of just making business out of what we have. It is possible. I always say to people, you do not have sometimes to be skilled on some other things, but if you do have infrastructure, you can give it away and rent it out to other people so that they can utilize it, and then you can collect your money on a daily basis. Owning land, that means you can either utilize it by building something on it, or you can rent it out to somebody else who's going to really utilize it for their own benefit, but at the same time benefit you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next video, which is going to be sometime somewhere in between the week, because I'm trying to post 2 videos a day. Please make sure that you do not skip the ads. That is the only way I'm earning money here on YouTube. If you skip the ads, please be patient enough. If you see an ad, just take a break, go and look at something else and come back. The ad will be done in just a few minutes with you. Thank you guys. Until the next video. Bye bye.